in the previous video, we discovered that in the Netherlands, they have underground parking.
Underground parking garage for bicycle.
And we also discovered another thing on the comment. This comment said there's the bicycle more than people in the Netherlands.
Yes, more bicycle than people in the Netherlands. I don't know how the math works, because let's say that 75% of Dutch people have a bike. Well, each of them are going to have more than one, because 1.5 or 1.3 each, because when you're a toddler or very old, you don't have a bike. So I guess the stats is kind of crazy. This means that you have different bike depending on the occasion, like a fast bike or a bike for the city, or I don't know, thing like this. So I found another video, but this time it's about Germany. Germany, green city with more bike than car, because it's not just the Netherlands that's going to make us jealous. It's also Germany.
Green City more by than.
Yeah, wow. A city in Germany. It's not the whole country like the Netherlands, but this city. So, by the same, not just by YouTube channel that we reacted to before.
Oh,
so
bike.
Yeah, if you're from the Netherlands, Germany, or any other country, we are very jealous of Europe, because in Canada and Thailand, there's nothing like this, not even close. So, let's get started.
This is Fryberg im Breisgau, a city in the Black Forest. It's often referred to as Germany's Green City. It's a city with more than twice as many bicycles as cars, and over 400 kilometers of bicycle lanes. It's a city with a lot of trams and amazing pedestrianized streets.
Okay, it's more bicycle than car, not bicycle and people. At least, it's a little bit different. It's not like the Netherlands. It's a little bit different. But more bicycle than people is kind of crazy. Than car. It's kind of crazy too.
Over the past few decades, Fryberg has become a leader in modern sustainable urban development, and they're building an absolutely amazing city in the process.
No, but this is surrealistic. The fact that there is the bus like this with the people that feel like it's standing on nothing. It's on the ground floor. Like it's like a train, but a tramway. We don't have that in North America or in Thailand. I've never been inside something like this. In fact, we have never been to Europe. So it's all new to us.
Germany is well known for its car industry and autobahns, but Fryberg is different. This is a city where cars do not rule.
Oh.
Fryberg is a university town, and around 10% of the population attends the university. So obviously, you see a lot of students cycling to and from school, and a lot of bicycles parked outside the university. But you also see a lot of cargo bikes and families, a key indicator that Fryberg has a very advanced bicycle culture.
Wow.
The old town in the center of Fryberg is a wonderful place to be. There's old architecture alongside the new, and the streets are beautiful too.
Look at this, the canal.
I even managed to film 2 trams going through here at once. Appreciate my patience and good timing.
And the tram have really like
everywhere you look, there are trams.
The style?
Yeah, I was gonna say
so
it's like
cute.
Because it's a lot of student, right? So they make it like very artsy. Very nice.
People cycling and lots of people of all ages out enjoying themselves. There are nice narrow streets and lots of outdoor patios. The city center is almost entirely pedestrianized, so of course, it's very quiet. Yet another reminder that cities aren't loud, cars are loud. And when you do see the occasional car...
Sorry for pausing. We have 3 other YouTube channels. We have a Japanese YouTube channel, a Polish YouTube channel, and a Swedish/Finnish YouTube channel. And actually, Suji, new YouTube channel. Please go subscribe to her. She needs to reach 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. Okay, continue.
Looks comically out of place with so many people around. The city center has these open water channels, and it said if you fall in one, you're destined to marry someone from Fryberg. But kids actually make boats to sail on the water. Isn't this just
wait? What was boats? Oh, I thought it was a fish. It's a little boat
to sail on the water.
It's so nice.
It's just one of the most wholesome.
Oh, the guy is carrying.
This is so much fun.
What?
Don't tell me these little canoe come from the big river.
Oh no! I'm guessing like it's all under, right? Also the water under. Not, oh, maybe it only goes to that small canal and then it transferred to a big lake. I thought maybe under the asphalt there was more water on the like everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
I was lucky enough to meet up with Ashton from the YouTube channel Type Ashton while I was in town. She and her family are from the US, but they loved Fryberg so much that they decided to stay in Germany permanently. Ashton has great videos on her channel about everything from macroeconomics to microurbanism, and she talks a lot about the differences between the US and Germany. I'll leave a link to her channel below.
That's what you like
And of
to
course,
do.
she's also an expert in Fryberg, which was great for my first trip here to this amazing city. Seriously, the Fryberg Old Town is one of the nicest places I've ever been to. So you might
Wow.
be thinking, okay. This is an old medieval city, but actually, it's not what you might think. Sure, Fryberg was originally founded in the year 1120, but most of Fryberg was leveled in World War II, which was the case for many cities in Europe, of course. But what was truly unique about Fryberg is that when they rebuilt it, they made it similar to what it used to be instead of being rebuilt for cars. So remarkably, pretty much everything you see here is less than 75 years old. Unfortunately, the rest of the city was not so lucky. It's commonly said in Fryberg that the war destroyed 80% of the city and cars destroyed the other 20%. Outside of the city center, neighborhoods were built with that car-centric vision of modernity that was common across the world in the 1960s. This road just outside of the city center used to be a narrow street, just like the rest, with several popular beer gardens and restaurants. But
Beer garden.
they were all destroyed to build the ring road. The 1960s really were the decade of destroy stuff to build roads, and we're still paying for those decisions today. It was only very recently that activists were finally successful in getting a car
my
lane
God, look at
removed to
that.
build this totally insufficient bicycle lane. This
The
area
bicycle
will
lane-
likely never return
What?
to its
The bicycle lane is the same side as the car lane.
Yeah, but he's saying that it's not quite working,
Oh,
as you
really?
can see. Well, it's a little bit inefficient. I think he's right. If you compare to in the Netherlands, but
totally insufficient bicycle
because it's not clear enough and it's a little bit confusing, maybe. I feel like
lane. This area will likely never return to its original beauty, and it's entirely because of car infrastructure.
yeah.
Ironically, the center of Fryberg, though rebuilt in the style of the original city, was completely overrun by cars and asphalt. Look at this difference between this footage from 1973 and how it looks today.
Oh.
This pedestrian square used to be a parking lot. Now, parking for the city center is in garages on the periphery. There were several key decisions that put Fryberg on the right path.
I mean, look at this. You cannot argue with what you see, right?
Yo.
It's perfect, but it's always easier to start with where there's a lot of students. Student will not argue. Older generation that grew up in the car, maybe it's a little bit tricky, like to convince them of something. But if you start somewhere and you expand, then you get to the final destination to be a lot less dependent than car. But not just here, everywhere, you know?
Avoided the destruction that comes from making a place car-friendly. In 1972, the city voted to keep its tram network. This
Wow.
had a massive impact on the Fryberg we see today. There's one consistent thing I've seen in cities.
This thing also look a lot more for environmental friendly, like for the less pollution, right? This kind of tram, no, I feel like there's no smoke coming out. There's nothing like there. It's not like a bus or a big train. It's like it looked very like electric, like
Yeah, I think it's electric.
it looked like but it looked
course,
like
electric.
it looked like it doesn't like pollute anything.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice to look at, and it's smooth. I don't feel like you can get hit by this ever. Like you're not gonna get into an accident with that. It feels easy to like manage because it only go on these little road, right? So it doesn't go away from this. So you cannot really hit a pedestrian or
Actually,
someone who walk. You know?
Since I react to this kind of thing, I've been curious a lot about the tram thing because it's in the middle of the road and people walking, right?
Well,
And when the tram coming, do they warn or any sign like the sound warning or not? Or people just know by themselves?
yeah, I think, but they're not going super fast from what I'm seeing too.
Well, I'm talking like this is because you know the old train in Thailand, right? You have heard there's a lot of accident about that. Even the train just be on their railway like this,
Yeah.
but sometimes the car just got stuck there, between the railway, and then the train cannot brake, thing like that.
Yeah, but you're talking about the one when they put that thing down, right? And the car need to wait. This
Yeah.
is not like this. Only the train can go on this, not the car. Like on that particular spring, I think.
Oh no, but some of video, not this one, the tram in the middle of the city. I see sometimes
Car?
people cross.
Yeah,
cross
yeah,
it.
yeah. You can
Thing like
cross,
that.
but the car is not gonna go there, I think.
cities all over the world. Every city that retained its tram network has better urbanism than any.
Maybe I'm
new
wrong,
city.
and car can go behind or
But
something.
Fryberg went a step further
But-
and actually expanded its tram network through the 80s
Look.
and 90s, while other European cities were removing theirs. The first part of the city center was pedestrianized in 1973, and once the cars were removed, the city center became a successful business district with a popular market that is still active today. The market surrounds this beautiful cathedral, and it's one of the genuine highlights of the city center. And of course, this used to be a parking lot too. In the 1970s, there was a growing environmental movement that protested any developments that would destroy the neighboring Black Forest. This kept the city more compact than most cities that were built or rebuilt for the automobile after the war. In 2002, Fryberg elected the first Green Party mayor in Germany, and since then, Fryberg has become the
See,
model.
they're not going super fast. I think it's hard to get into an accident, right? So what I said, maybe it doesn't look fast from here, and you're only gonna cross here. Did you see it before? You can cross here. You see on the asphalt when it's not green, but of course, don't be stupid when you're
Yeah.
crossing. But it looked like there's a light also, right? If you want to cross, you can press a
Oh
button.
yeah.
Maybe
Oh. Oh.
I'm not sure.
I don't think you can press.
Well, there's a light here.
Maybe
so,
they're warning. Okay, the train coming. The light thing.
Because
like
see,
that.
there's a guy on his bicycle that is waiting just there. So I'm guessing maybe you can press the button, and the tram will know in advance that you need to stop. It makes sense. It would
First
make sense
Green
that it's
Party
like
mayor
this.
in Germany, and since then, Fryberg has
See?
become the model for sustainable city development in Europe. One great
They are
example
also
of
near
this
the
is
mountain.
Vauban,
Yeah.
a suburb completed in the early 2000s that was designed to be environmentally friendly from the start. The buildings here were built to a very high energy efficiency standard, and you see solar panels on roofs and balconies all over the neighborhood. Some of these buildings even generate more energy than they consume. The neighborhood was built on the location of a former military base, and some of the apartments were built from the original barracks. One really unique element is that many of these apartment buildings are collectively owned. A group of people would come together and build an apartment building themselves instead of buying units from a developer. Today, the majority of residents in
You understand?
Vauban live in housing cooperatives or social housing developments. When Vauban was first built, only about half of households owned a car, but remarkably, that number has actually decreased, especially after the
Decreased?
Tram Line was completed in 2006.
Good.
Today,
It's
the
decreased.
vast
Why do you need a car when you get out of your apartment and literally that thing stop almost everywhere? I guess. Oh, see, there's a light. Like I said, it stop everywhere. So you just get out, you up in that, and then you go, and that tram go everywhere. So
Tram Line was completed in 2006. Today, the vast majority of households in Vauban do not have a car, and there are only
Wow.
about 170 motor vehicles per 1,000 inhabitants. I
Every
wonder
5
if
people have
these
one
old
car.
clunkers count towards that
so
number.
almost nobody has a car.
You don't have to walk around very long to realize that a lot of people get around here by cycling. Even though this is a suburb on the edge of the city, the neighborhood makes extensive use of modal filters, allowing people walking or cycling to pass through while being off limits to cars. This is exactly the same method that the Netherlands uses to discourage car traffic, especially through traffic in residential
Yeah,
neighborhoods.
those are only for the car or the people
This
walking.
makes the streets
Uh,
of Vauban
the bicycle people walking, like some place, the car cannot even not even allowed to drive there. So
very safe for children, and you see lots of kids out on their own. And some of the streets here are designated as play streets. This neighborhood has one of the highest percentage of children in all of Germany, which isn't that surprising because places without cars are better for kids.
Yeah, of course.
Vauban is also very well served by transit. On the west side is a transit station with tram and bus stops connecting residents to other parts of the city. But the tram line also runs along the whole side of the neighborhood, making it easily accessible to everyone who lives here. This should be the model used to design new suburbs everywhere.
Yep.
Unfortunately, not all
Children.
neighborhoods in Fryberg are as well designed as Faubourg. So
Faubourg.
you'll see other districts with streets lined with parked cars. And it always annoys me when cars are supposed to be parked on the sidewalk. Because while Fryberg spent only a few decades building car-centric infrastructure, those places still remain, as it takes many decades to repair that kind of damage. But you can see some of those repairs taking place, with extra space being given back to people who walk and cycle.
Hey, it's not just there. Financially, you save a lot of money by not having a car.
Yeah.
Those bicycles are not costing anywhere the price of the car.
No gas.
Yeah, and taking public transport is not super expensive either because the consumption, like you don't pay gas, you're right. And
I mean, you not even need to worry. Some people, they have mental ill like me when I need to drive in the car. I
Yeah.
not really like it. Like, I mean, like you need to take care of your life, but then as again you get into the train or the tram, like it's like you have protection.
you're also right. It's safer, it's cheaper. You can like do something on your phone, talk to someone, like, you know. Yeah, you're right.
There is, of course, a lot of bicycle infrastructure in Fryberg, including many curb-protected bicycle paths. Unfortunately, even major intersections are totally unprotected, designed in the Copenhagen style as opposed to using much safer Dutch designs. And there are still many painted bicycle gutters
Oh,
and dangerous merge lanes on busy roads. So clearly, there are still opportunities for improvement. But many of the streets in
Hey, give me
Freiburg
that.
have so little car
I'll take
traffic
it.
that dedicated bicycle infrastructure is not required.
Yeah.
And some of these have been designated as bicycle streets, where people cycling can use the whole street and drivers need to yield to bikes. And it's always
oh
great.
wait, what's that just now?
It's basically a road where the bicycle have priority. So you cannot use your car there, but you need to be on the side. The priority is to the people that are on the bicycle. So don't block the road in the middle. The bicycle is the one driving, and you're the one that adjusts to the bicycle. That's why the car is like right now is let's see to make sure.
And some of these have been designated as bicycle streets.
Yeah. So yeah, you need to adjust.
People cycling can use the whole street and drivers need to yield.
Yield is like when you bow like you need to bow to the bicycle, like because it's like they're the boss of the road.
Bikes.
I want to go there.
And it's always great to see parking spaces converted to outdoor seating for local
See.
restaurants.
This is usually parking for car, right? And you can see some car parking, but now they have space for the restaurant. You know, that's
Now, there's a lot that's been written about the cycling infrastructure in Freiburg, but I actually think the tram network is one of the city's best features. Freiburg refers to its tram system as a Stadtbahn instead of a Straßenbahn, the usual German word for tram. This is because they consider it to be better, with separated tracks, traffic light priority, and a higher average speed than most tram systems. The trams in Freiburg are very modern,
wow.
with level boarding at tram stops, making the system very accessible, though there are still some older trams that have yet to be replaced. The tram network covers most of the city and even goes out to several suburbs.
Wow.
And the current planning rules state that new housing cannot be built unless it's within walking distance
But
of
you
a
know-
tram line.
See
I don't like this building.
why? You look old.
It look like in Thailand.
It reminds me of Thailand, but is it not? Is it just not like an apartment? It's like apartment, right?
I think so.
What's wrong? The color? You feel old like a jail?
Feel,
Well,
feel, I don't know. Like it reminds me of Thailand, you
me
know.
of here. Yeah, but it's inside. You design out all you want.
Oh yeah, probably.
You feel like the style doesn't match the tram that is so pretty and everything
Yeah,
else. Like
it remind me
it's
of-
drab.
I'm gonna feel rude. Like it remind me of like a space area in Thailand, right? When you go see there's a lot of like drunk people, things like
Really, it
that.
reminds me of poverty in Thailand. Okay, well,
I'm
but
depressed.
at least they can only build a building if they are walking distance from the tram. So basically, people can all have the option to go to the tram, like maybe 5 minute walk, 10 minute walk. I'm not sure. Okay, so Suji just said that this is ugly. Okay,
Oh yeah, basically.
cannot be built unless
Those
it's within
building.
walking distance of a tram line. I didn't even cycle while I was in Fryberg because if I have a choice between cycling and taking a tram, I will take a tram. I was able to get everywhere I wanted to go, and I never had to wait very long for a tram either.
2 minutes, 8 minutes.
Because
yeah.
the trams have a signal priority and a dedicated lane for most of their routes, getting around by tram is extremely quick and efficient. And there are so many grassy tram tracks here. I love
Yeah, true.
grassy tram tracks. Also, I like the new tram and bus station at Europaplatz with chargers for the electric buses.
Wow.
And the roof of this station is covered in solar panels. In fact, the entire tram network, as well as all of these electric buses, are run off of renewable energy because, of course, they are. Fryberg is not a sprawling city, so it's very easy to get out into the Black Forest. We heard there was a great view from a cable car nearby, so we set off to visit.
Wow.
We took tram 2 out to the end of the line in the south, where we picked up a bus. We had to walk all the way from the tram right here. This is so great.
It's kidding. You
I
walk
know
2
this is just
seconds.
a silly, trivial trip to a tourist attraction, and this trip doesn't really matter at all, but this is the way public transit should be everywhere. Not just for the center of the city, not just for commuting, but for all kinds of trips that someone might want to take. Now, the weather wasn't the best, but the view from the gondola
Raining?
was nice, and when we got back,
Oh yeah, raining.
the tram was waiting for us. Fryberg's train station is centrally located, though not very pretty. We got here by train, by the way. And while the road directly outside of the station is not as nice as it should be, there is a separate area above the station where you can board a tram and go into the old town without interacting with any cars at all.
Wow.
Or you can pick up a bike share bike to continue your journey into the city. And there are clearly a lot of people who cycle here.
Wow.
And if you need to access the other side of the city, this
I don't know how much is it for the price. In the comment of our Netherlands video about the parking garage for bicycles, someone said that it's around €4 per day to rent a bicycle.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's kind of good. Okay.
and cycling bridge will take you over
So I don't know how much is it in Germany. $4 in the Netherlands. I think it's really inexpensive. It's really cheap actually.
the train tracks, which also used to be a car bridge until 1996 because,
Whoa.
of course, it was.
Well, this one pretty.
I prefer it like this. And now it leads directly to this bicycle parking garage or the
Really?
train station. Fryberg
Oh,
is
it's so
a highly
green.
desirable city that is sustainable both environmentally and financially, and with great public transport. It's a beautiful place that's safe for children, accessible to all kinds of people, and enjoyable to be in. And yet, it's not thousands of years old. Every one of us probably knows someone who is older than the Fryberg city center, which really does make you wonder, why can't we build more places like this? It's not like it's lost knowledge. We know how to build like this.
Wow, this is nice. I'm gonna answer his question. You ready? The reason why it's not built like this everywhere is because the car industry is massive. They make a lot of money out of selling car and having like loan payment and like paying interest on your car loan and refinancing your car and all of this. So they make a lot of money with the industry. So it's lucrative. So a lot of people with money are pushing against those kind of things because it doesn't benefit them. It benefits people. And what benefit people? A lot of people don't like it. Or call it communism, for example.
Communism.
Yeah, they say capitalist. It's not that. So it is
And
what it
we
is.
know people like being in places like this. This is what the sustainable city of the future should look like. Not a place with wide roads and self-driving cars, but a human-sized city with clean and efficient public transportation and streets that are safe enough for everyone. Over the past few years, Fryberg has become very well known by urban planners in Europe, and many planners and politicians come here to learn about sustainable urban development, which is great because as far as I'm concerned, the more cities that copy Fryberg, the better. If you're a fan of car-free places, you might enjoy my video about Zermatt, a car
You know, the more that I watch this video, the more I think that maybe most of Europe is like this now.
Yeah.
So it's like Netherlands is the standard, but there are a lot of countries like Germany, Sweden, Finland, they have also amazing thing like this. I feel like the whole of Europe that is well designed, you know, not just one country.
Yeah, because like when you heard about what is it, the environment, it always come from, you know, that side, like global heat,
Yeah, Europe, yeah.
thing like that. So they're probably, you know, pushing hard for that. So using a bicycle is also good with the, what is it, the law that people always follow, you know, not really break it. That why it's safe for you guys to use everything.
Yeah, especially in Canada, that would be so useful. Our system is like almost as bad as in America, and in Thailand, we're not gonna even talk about it. I mean, they have more, but like for example, here, if I want to go anywhere, I basically have to take the car. I don't have a lot of option. Like I don't have any option to go anywhere, or the taxi. So, yeah, amazing video, make us very jealous, and you can tell that this guy is like he's critical. He's like, oh no, it's not perfect, and I'm like, give me half of this, please. Just give me half of what they have, and I will be happy. But this guy, I've seen so much. His channel is about that, so he knows when it's not the best. But nice video.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I will put another video right there.